Every Sunday, Pat Sullivan from Sullivan Hardware and Garden gives us great advice for do-it-yourself home improvements. Today, he talks about hydrangeas, how to keep them cool and blooming all summer long.
You know, if you want to be a cool kid, you probably are into the hydrangea craze. I mean, I am telling you, hydrangeas crazy. I don't know how many different varieties of hydrangeas we have, but here's where it started. It started with the Nico Blue. So people got this, what's called a Nico Blue hydrangea, and it was really a zone 6 plant, which really isn't ideal for us. So they would plant it, then it would get real cold in the winter, and it only bloomed on old wood, and then it wouldn't bloom. And then people would call and say, hey, well. So anyway, so what has happened now they have reblooming hydrangeas. So it started with, this one started with the endless summer. Now this is a zone 4 plant. We're in zone 5 or zone 6, depending on the area that you are in the state. So beautiful stuff. They not only bloom on last year's wood, but also on the new growth. All right. So the blue and the pink ones are called macrophyllus. All right. So if you want to be a cool kid, you got to get the terms down. So you could just say blue or pink hydrangeas, but white ones, paniculatas, the blue and the pinks, macrophylla. All right. I'm not sure I'm even saying that right, but you know what? No one will know at a cocktail party. Just say it, all right? So here's the thing. The questions we always get, number one on the blue ones, it's not blooming. Well, probably the problem, there's usually 3 reasons why a hydrangea is not blooming. Number one being, they're not really shade plants. They need to get full morning sun. Not too much afternoon sun for the blue and pink ones because they'll kind of wilt down. But if you're not getting full morning sun, probably need to think about moving it. Secondly, too much fertilizer. Too much fertilizer makes the plant go vegetative and you get less blooms. And the third reason, not as common, is planting it too deep. So planting it too deep can also reduce the number of blooms, but I'm telling you, number one is too much shade. This is not a shade plant. Full morning sun. So if you have hot afternoon sun, the paniculata, remember, cocktail party, paniculatas, they're the white ones. Look at those, aren't those beautiful? There's a, and then now they're coming up with new varieties, smaller ones. This is the Bobo. This thing covers itself in blooms and stays only 3 to 4 foot tall. There's some that, this firelight over here, beautiful white, and then it kind of fades to kind of a pinkish reddish bloom in the late summer. So if you want to be a cool kid, it's all about hydrangeas. Now, these two plants are exactly the same. These are both endless summer. And you say, well, one of them's blue, one of them's pink. Well, that's because of the soil they're in. So in our area, we want to keep hydrangeas blue. We do, because naturally in our soil, they're going to turn pink. So if you want to keep it blue, you get soil acidifier. It can be aluminum sulfate, it can be sulfur, or you get a product called ironite. Use that once a year. That'll acidify the soil, will keep it blue. If you want to let it go pink in our area, just let it go. It'll naturally turn pink. Now, I will tell you, people on the East Coast, there's someone right now in Rhode Island going, how do I turn it pink? All right, they would use garden lime because naturally in their soil, they're blue, so they would use lime to turn them pink. All right, so Hoosiers, we want them blue. The East Coast, they probably want them pink. All right, but hydrangeas, remember, macrophylla paniculata. Impress your friends.
Already impressed.